Hello everyone. Okay, today we are going to learn about LSTM, and because the architecture and the algorithm of extended LSTM, the newer one, is quite similar. I think it is better also to learn about extended LSTM. So vanilla LSTM is introduced in 1997, while extended LSTM, the improvement, it is introduced by Maximilian Beck 2024 or last year. Yeah. Okay, so to make things easier in here, let's start by understanding the vanilla LSTM algorithm first. Yeah. In here, I will be using a pizza robot called Andolina Dolly. She uses vanilla LSTM. So, vanilla LSTM, or you can say long short-term memory, is first introduced by Horater in 1997. So basically, this is what you call included as RNN or recurrent neural network, because you can use the previous output again iteratively to your current calculation. Yeah. So in here, to make things easier, I'll be using a pizza demo robot. Her name is Andolina Dolly. So basically, every day she demonstrates how to make pizza to the audience. But the thing is that the pizza that is already ready to bake dough will not be oven, only stays there, and will be some part of it will be used in the next day. So in here, there is in vanilla STM, there is a forget gate. Yeah, this is the first mathematical expression. So in this particular example, we will be connected with the Andolina keep dough slider button. Yeah. Next, there is an input gate. Okay, where it relates to the add this slider of Andolina Dolly. And then there is a candidate memory, which is a fresh cheese that for today that we will be using for making the dough. And then of course it need to be shredded. Yeah. This candidate memory will shred the cheese because you need to shred the cheese to mix it to the dough, otherwise it would be difficult if it is solid to solid. Yeah. And then the next one is the cell update, which is related to the kneading bowl of mixing the dough between cheese and the dough. It is the kneading bowl. And then next is the output gate. In here, Andolina will decide how many percent of the dough from the kneading bowl will be put to the tray. Okay, so it is basically serve-based slider. And then the last one is the hidden state, or you can say the final ready to bake dough is here. So in here, this is the final dough in the hidden state, or where Andolina will show the final dough to be baked. Okay, so this is only the function. I will explain further with numbers to make it easier to understand. Okay, to understand deeper, now I will be using number, and to show you how LSTM work. Okay, so in here there is three inputs. So XT is the current fresh cheese that we will be using to be mixed as a dough, and HT is the yesterday ready to bake pizza, because this is only demo, they never bake it anyway. So the yesterday's pizza will be used for today as a mixture for the today's dough. And also CT-1 is the dough, the leftover dough inside the kneading bowl that we have used yesterday, because there is still leftover. We don't really use all of the pizza from the bowl, only part of it. So we have three inputs. So again, first XT is the fresh pizza. Okay, the fresh pizza in here that we'll be using, and HT is the ready to bake pizza from yesterday's demo. And and the T minus 1 is the leftover dough in the kneading bowl. Okay, next. Okay, so in every gate and every formula there is a kind of weight. Weight is for get gate, input gate, cell update, and output gate. In here, here is the weight. Okay. So first, let's discuss about the forget gate. Okay, so forget gate is that first thing first, we need to decide how much dough that we will take from the yesterday's ready to bake dough pizza. Okay, so basically the pizza is never baked or ovened. So we'll be using yesterday ready to bake pizza, the result of the yesterday's demo. So in here, for example, by using the weight, in here, by using the formula, the weight is 1 and UF related to the yesterday's ready to bake pizza is 50%, and the intercept is 0, for example, to make things easier. So after we calculate, now Andolina Dolly decide to use only 57% of the yesterday ready to bake dough. Okay, so keep only 57%. So next, now related to the fresh pizza, this is the input gate. Okay, by using this formula in weight. Okay, now by calculating it, we calculate the input is also x sub t and h sub t minus 1. So based on that number, we decide to sprinkle only 55% from the fresh cheese into the bowl. However, you cannot sprinkle the cheese yet because this is still a solid cheese. Okay, that's why. Next is the candidate memory. Okay, in here it compress the cheese, or in other words, in the pizza analogy, it will shred the cheese, so it will be easier to sprinkle and mix it to the bowl. Okay, in here, after shredded, previously the 0.22 kilo, fortunately still remain the same as the same weight, 0.22 kilo. Next, cell update in here is the kneading bowl. Okay, based on this formula, the kneading bowl, after the process of kneading and everything, the weight of the dough become 0.205 kilogram. Okay, however, this result of kneading will not be used entirely. Next, we will be using output gate or surface slider pizza to decide how much the dough from the kneading bowl we will use to put on the tray for baking. Okay, next in here, based on the calculation, we will be using only 57% of the dough from the bowl. And next one is the hidden step. This one is when you roll out the 50% of the dough and put it in the tray, so you flatten it and ready to bake pizza become ready to bake pizza. It's no longer round, it's already flattened like pizza dough that is ready to be baked. So the ready to bake pizza in here, based on the calculation, will be 0.115 kilo. So this is how vanilla LSTM works. However, extended LSTM have a slightly different algorithm. Okay, previously we already discussed about the vanilla LSTM. Now this is the improvement of LSTM. The name is Extended LSTM, introduced by Maximilian Beck last year, in the middle of last year. So everything is pretty much the same. Yeah. So in here, I'm introducing bread pizza. Yeah, which use XLSTM algorithm. So in here, I will be using 4 inputs instead of 3. Yeah? So the first two is just the same, except T is the current fresh cheese that we will be using, and HT minus 1 is the yesterday's ready to bake dough from the yesterday's demo. And then now for the one in the bowl, because in here there is more than one bowl. Yeah, there is S sub T minus 1 that is related to the kneading bowl, just like vanilla LSTM. However, in here there is additional mini multi kneading bowls. Yeah, the matrix. Yeah, I will be using the word mini, but it should be more than one mini pizzas. Yeah. So what is different is that this in here is that matrix. Yeah. But to simplify things, yeah, I'll be using only one number for the matrix, just to make the illustration easier to be understand. Okay, and in here the weight is totally the same with the previous one. Okay, so first we start with forget get. First, the robot, the bread pizza need to decide how much uh, pizza will be taken from the yesterday ready to bake demo pizza. Okay, in here I'll be using same number, 57%. Next is the input gate. In here, this one is more related to how much fresh cheese that we will be using. In here, the input gate still using the same number. It is the add cheese slider. It decided to sprinkle 55% of the fresh pizza. Next, of course, you cannot put the solid pizza as the solid cheese into the bowl. Yeah, you need to grate it first or shred it first. Yeah, because so you can sprinkle it. Solid cheese would not work. Yeah. So after shredding the cheese, the fresh pizza, the solid cheese become still 0.22 kilo. Yeah. And now we will be using the memory update. Yeah. Yeah, basically previously it was called cell update. Now it is memory update. In here there is more than one bowl. Yeah, the first one is the same one with the previous one, but yeah, it will be using S sub T instead of C sub T. Yeah. This is that is scalar, the scalar one that is similar to the vanilla LSTM. And the next one is there is mini pizza bowl. Yeah, which is we'll be using matrix in this case. So this one is M sub T. In here, for the big pizza, after kneading, it resulted 0.205 kilogram of big pizza dough, while 0.1495 kilo of mini pizza dough. So we have two different types of bowl, big pizza and mini pizza, which has many mini pizzas inside it. Okay, now we need to decide. We will not be using the whole dough in the kneading bowls. Yeah, the multi kneading bowls. In here, we need to decide how much from that we'll be using. So in here, Brad Pitt decide to roll out. Yes, same that with Angelina. 57% of dough. Okay, next, after we decide to roll out 57% of dough, now we need to put the dough, the sphere dough into the tray and flatten it. Okay, now we have big pizza with weight of 0.115 kilo and mini pizza with the weight of 0.084 kilos. Yeah, but it should be mini pizza. Yeah, a lot of minis, because mini pizza should be a matrix which has many number inside it. Okay, I hope this helped you understand. So to sum up, okay, so what is the key differences between vanilla LSTM, which is introduced in 1997, versus the extended LSTM by Maximilian Beck, which is introduced last year. Yeah. So first, in the cell update, in here, it's basically a memory update for the XLSTM. So what is different is that the kneading bowl in vanilla LSTM, there's only one big dough, while for extended LSTM, it produces one big and one mini dough bowl, yeah, which is could contain more than one mini pizza. Yeah, should be more. Yeah. But because to make things simple, I will be using only one number. Yeah. Okay, so this is the formula for the state update. Yeah, for the vanilla LSTM, it used Tangen hyperbolic. Yeah. Okay, and for the XLSTM, it has two poles. Yeah, first scalar LSTM, yeah, similar with the one in vanilla, and then the next one is matrix LSTM. In here, it has another formula. Yeah. Next, the hidden state calculation. Yeah, because the kneading bowl has two different kind of kneading bowl. Of course, the output should also be more than one. Yeah. So in here, for example, in here for the C plus example in LSTM, it use one big ready to bake pizza dough, and for XLSTM there's an extra. In here I will be using only one extra one mini ready to bake pizza. So in here, it will still be using the Tangen hyperbolic. Yeah, here in XLSTM is the same. Yeah, except for the matrix one. Yeah, it has a different formula. Yeah, because it uses a norm function or normalization factor to install a stable output. Yeah. Next is the input gate. In here, at first we decide how much of the fresh pizza we'll be using. Okay, in here, in XLSTM, only the slider that is modified. Yeah. Previously, it using sigmoid function. Now it will be using exponential activation. Yeah. With additional stabilization using stat m sub t. Next is the forget gate. Yeah, this is the one that we usually do first. Yeah, with how much of the yesterday's demos pizza we will be using. Yeah, so how much of them we will not be using or forget, and how much we will keep. So in here, it will still using similar gating. Yeah, with using sigmoid. Yeah, so similar gating is applied in XLSTM. Yeah, but sometimes you can also use exponential variant, depend on how you want to use it. Yeah. So the forget gate maintains a similar role but works in tandem with the stabilization mechanism in the exponential gating setup. Okay, now the last one is that the output gate. Okay, in here, it should be, it is the last in the table, but it's actually not the last one. So basically, in here, it is a kind of slider that help you decide how much of the dough from the needed bowl, the bowl that we already needed, to be used and put in the tray to be flattened, like so. So pizza dough should be flattened, yeah, so you can put topping on it, right? So in here, The output gate stays the same. Yeah. In here, it's totally the same with the vanilla LSTM. So again, to sum up, the one that is different is that the first three, the self-state update, hidden state calculation, and input gate. Yeah, this one is different. Yeah, the first two is very different because it has uh, additional matrix, while for the input, it only change the sigmoid become exponential activation. Yeah, while the rest could for get gate could be same or different. Yeah, depend on your purpose. You can still use the old one, the sigmoid, but you can also use uh, the exponential gating, while for the output definitely stays the same. Okay, again, I hope you this help you understand more. Thank you for your time. See you again next time. Bye.